What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, we're joined by Mr. Nubby. How's it going, bro?
Hello, it's great to be back once again.
How's it going, man? That's good.
No, it's good, it's good, it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough time in real
Yeah.
life at the moment for me, but hey,
Yeah.
we're surviving, we're trucking along, keeping it going with some raid content, which is always a fun thing to do.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Play Raid, get better, right?
Yeah.
That should be that new slogan.
Yeah.
You want to get better? Play Raid Shadow Legends, coming now. All right, guys, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be speaking about some uncommon champions that are better than epics, right? Now, that's a strong statement, but I'm sure that you agree that there is some terrible epics in this game, and you would actually rather use one of these ones instead of some of the epics, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right, quick fire question. What is your most hated champion that's an epic in Raid before we get into this?
Oh gosh. Oh no. You didn't prepare me at all.
That's the whole fun of it.
Okay. My most hated epic. I'll say it's Yaga the Insatiable. How about that one?
Oh, okay. It was Skinwalkers, right?
Yeah, Skinwalkers. So Yaga, he's one of your free login champions you get really early in the game. He does poisons, but this champion just sucks. He's just bad. It's basically a trap for new players to waste your books, waste your chickens, leveling them up. Because there's so many better champions at rare. Even the uncommon level we're going to talk about today, I'd say some of those will do a similar job, better than him, at much lower cost. So
there's going to be someone in the comments that loves this dude, and they're going to be flipping their chair. I love my Yaga Insatiable. All right. All right, so do you want to kick us off here with like the first champion? I guess we'll start off with like the beastie ones of the champions that you feel like are really strong with the uncommons.
Yeah, let's go for the obvious pick first. Why not? It's Armiger in the Sacred Order.
Okay, you're not supposed to refer to him as that name though. We're supposed to refer to him as Cold Brew.
Cold Brew, that's right.
We'll change that. So, all right, so do you break down Armiger's kit and why you love this champion?
Yeah, sure. So his A1, he attacks one enemy. It decreases the turn meter by 30% if this attack is critical. That's like big thing number one. That's a massive amount of turn meter reduction, and he'll do it every single time if the enemy's turn meter is high. So for Spider, Fire Knight, absolutely incredible for helping with that. And yeah, then his A2, Lay to Rest, attacks one enemy, and enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived. Revive block, somewhat useful for Ice Golem, but the main thing is 2-turn cooldown when it's booked up, and the damage is based on enemy max HP. So he actually will hit if you build him with crit damage, and he crits, and he'll need to crit because he needs to crit for the A1. He will actually rip massive chunks out of bosses. He hits bosses very hard. So yeah, this guy's actually he's really good. He's definitely, in my opinion, the best uncommon. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, he's great. Like even on the free to play, I was doing the stage 13 mission, right, for Fire Knight. I was like, yo, my only problem that I need an Armiger. Seen him, used him, we're good to go. And the only condition, guys, is needing to crit, right? Of course, you want the damage stats. You can actually get all of these champions from summoning mystery shards or actually heading into the marketplace down here. And you'll actually see uncommon champions, like you see here, pop up. And by feeding the uncommons into those uncommons, you can actually book them up for free, which is why these champions are actually really, really cool, in my opinion. So, yeah, Armiger definitely worth it. And probably one of the ones we would 6-star, right?
Yes.
And
yes,
one thing I just wanted to clear up as well is, guys, we're not saying to go up and max up all of these champions to 6-star before Epic or a Legendary or anything like that. We're just saying, like, alongside the free-to-play series that we're having on the channel at the moment, just some options that's out there to progress, right? Whether that be taking them to a rank 50 and just using them, and then potentially might even want to use them as food after you get somebody better. I feel like in the meantime, some of these champions can really help you progress and get past specific missions, challenges, or whatever that may be that you're stuck on, right?
Yeah. Armiger, you'd be very common to take him to 60. The stats
easily
from the banner, very good. Yeah.
So, all right. So next one that I feel like is also worthy of a 6-star champion will be a Shieldguard. Now, Odd One Gaming actually put him as his first 60 on his account for the free-to-play instead of his starter. And I just feel like he makes a very strong candidate for your campaign farmer. And at the cost of no rare books and feeding duplicates, you can't go wrong with a champion like Shieldguard with attacking all enemies, fills this champion's turn meter by 20% on each critical hit. So you want to be having that 100% crit rate on this champion, of course. And the damage inflicted is proportional to defense. Now, being able to have an uncommon champion that's based off defense is actually very, very strong, right? Because it adds to his sustainability, meaning that he's not easily killed like an attack-based champion. On his A1, also has a decreased speed, can have some use in like the Fire Knight if you have some accuracy in there. And then a passive that can remove one random debuff from this champion each turn on a 1-turn cooldown. So I feel like for uncommons, definitely somebody else that's worthy of the 6 stars, right?
Yeah. He's very cool. I think it was Tyraku that has videos of soloing Minotaur with a Shieldguard in Lifesteal set. He can do it very quickly, very safely because he is tanky.
Yeah.
And he gives himself all that turn meter. So yeah, he's a really cool uncommon. I love that play by Odd One of leveling this guy up first. I think that's a bold move
It was
to
like,
try take it.
I was
early
thinking
lead.
first,
I
was saying it to him, I was like, yo, why did you go for Shieldguard first? And then when he broke it down that it doesn't cost any rare books, right? You could just literally put dupes into them. I was like, that's actually pretty smart because now you can save those rare books for like when you pull a Cold Heart or something like that, right? So it was a pretty good choice there for sure. All right, next up, who we got?
Saurus is next up. A similar sort of champion. I haven't seen too much of this guy being used, but I've heard that people really like him. I think that the core sort of idea is very simple. A1 is an AoE attack. His A2, guess what? It's an AoE attack as well. So both of his attacks are AoE. So he can just sort of help you ripping through doing some campaign farming, I believe, actually pretty quick. So again, it's another option. I'd say he's probably not as versatile as Shieldguard, not as good, but he is a very good option for specifically farming campaign. I think if you build him in good gear, he should go up into Brutal 12-3 and be able to rip through it pretty quick. Spider's Den, oh, interesting. Early enough, I'd say, yeah.
Even if you've got him in like a candidate for a stun set, right? Or one of those CC sets is actually very, very strong. Having all AoE abilities similar to how we build like a Bellower and champions like that, right? So Spider's Den progression, if you're struggling with AoE abilities or locking them out, completely fine progression as well. And also the campaign locations. Being a great farmer, but I'm not sure the exact stats on those, but I'm 100% sure you can farm 12-3 very quickly. I just want to quickly go over the other champions and how people have rated them as well. So, Spider's Den, of course, Terminator Manipulation, Fire Knight, Ice Golem, all makes sense. Minotaur's Labyrinth makes sense. And the Force Keep being the right affinity for it. And Iron Twin's Fortress, yeah, he actually does, right? Because of the max HP.
Yeah, I've even seen him in some Sand Devil teams, believe it or not, because he's got such a short cooldown on the max HP hit. He can actually be a good damage dealer in specific teams.
Yeah, and then also here, Shieldguard, just so you guys see, some of these locations have a very strong rating value of like 2.1k people voting 4.8. So it just shows the true value of these champions, right? Okay, so the next one's actually going to be from... Oh my god, where's he from? Where's Outlaw Monk from?
I think he's Sacred Order?
There we go. Is that better than me? That was better than me. Let's go.
There he is.
The Outlaw Monk. Now, for anybody that's been up to date with the free-to-play series, you'd see that hardly anyone got a kill, right? And everyone was with O'Haines and A4s and stuff like that. And everyone was struggling for a poison champion. And what better one to start off your free-to-play journey than with somebody that places it on a free turn cooldown, but not the 2.5% poison. We're talking about the big version of the poison debuff. Now, also, A1 ability, okay, bit of damage, nothing much going on here. But in early game clan boss, you can't go wrong with an Outlaw Monk. And if you pull someone better, no problem. Feed him, right? You don't need to keep him forever. But up until like normal clan boss or hard clan boss, you'll see an instant value to your damages, potentially saving you some keys so you can hit the higher difficulties purely by having the foul play with the poison debuffs. Is this somebody that you've played with in the past, Nub?
Yeah. I think a lot of people, use them, even if it's just level 50, right? A lot of people use this guy. He's pretty good. It's very straightforward. Demon Lord, that's it. But he does it well.
All right, before I tell everyone, how many reviews you think that he's got? Bearing in mind, you have to 6-star the champion in order to review, right?
I'm gonna say the others had 2,000. I'll say maybe 1,500.
Are you ready for this? Yeah.
Shieldguard.
Are you ready for this? 11,150 reviews.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Is that one of the highest in the game? It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. That's insane.
11,000 people voted 4.8 on the clan boss. And do you know what? I respect it. Respect it.
Yep. There you go. The people have spoken.
The people have spoken. 100%. All right. So do you want to kick us off with the number 5, I believe? Number 6?
Yeah, so the fifth one that we're looking at was Satr.
Yes, great champion.
Yeah, this was one that I wasn't super familiar with. But yeah, it's very interesting. So the A1 not great. It's really, I think, all about that A2, which is
Yes.
4 hits at random, decreasing turn meter by 15% if he crits,
Mm-hmm.
3 turn cooldown. So that's 60% turn meter reduction every 3 turns. You can see it's not as good as Armiger,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a very solid alternative, and you can take him into Skinwalker faction crypt as well, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's a decent option.
Yeah, I love it. Do you know when the condition is you just need to crit? Like that's
Yeah.
I like that stuff. There's not some crazy conditions here. It's just put your dupes into him. Once again, guys, the same as all of these champions, even at a rank 40, a rank 50, talking about trying to get past Fire Knight for the first time, right? Or trying to get past those pesky faction wars bosses. Now, the one thing that I'd say is for waves, 4 times at random is not like ideal, right?
It's
But,
random, isn't
but
it?
when you're facing a boss, those 4 times at random, he only has 1 target. So all of those attacks are going to be going onto that one boss and targeting what you need to do. So I feel like he's a very strong option out there. And the review count on him is only 133, which shows that you don't need to 6-star this champion in order to be effective. But of course, as you see here, Fire Knight, great. Minotaur, great. He's bringing in what you need to get some of these done, especially in the early doors. So yeah, great champion to think about. Even at a 4 or 5-star, something you might want to consider just to get those 3 stars on the Faction Wars crypts or beat a certain thing, right?
Yeah, I say it's specifically where if you really want to get, you've got good skinwalkers, but you can't get past a skinwalker boss.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to push its turn meter back is good, and then you can still bring him in, and he can be very good for Fire Knight as well. So it's not a wasted investment.
Yeah.
And it'll probably work. I'd probably keep him at 50 just because you want the effect.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next champion is actually going to be one that I've only come aware of because of the free to play. And are you aware of Elfguard?
Yeah, I quite like Elfguard, and another turn meter control champion.
Yes, you get the theme here, guys. Like, do you know what it is? When you come into this game, like I beat Dragon 13 seconds, stage 13 Ice Golem, no problem. All of these things were like, they're hard, but they're passable. But then I felt like the Fire Knight is the only one where you've got a really strong condition and you don't have to rely on brute force to beat it because you need to crack the shield and then you have to control the shield. And to be able to have options like this in the game, literally just put some perception on them, put some accuracy on them, get the job done once, get rid of them if you don't need them anymore, right? Or just keep them. You never know. You might want to keep these champions, right? But Impale attacks one enemy, decreases the turn meter by 50% on a 2-turn cooldown, by the way.
Yeah.
That is very consistent for me. I think that's huge.
Yeah, I think she's great. I think she's got 2 advantages over Armiger. The disadvantage, obviously, is that it's a bigger chunk of turn meter, so you could overkill the turn meter reduction. Armiger is more consistent.
Yes.
She doesn't have the max HP thing, and it's 10% less turn meter. 50% every 2 turns versus 30% every 1.
Yeah.
I think the difference, she doesn't need to crit, so gearing is much easier.
Yes.
And I think another thing, I kind of discovered her mostly around the time when Deliana was the login legendary, where because she's a high elf, it's actually, if you start with Elhain, for example, it's very easy to build a very strong high elf faction crypt very early on with Elhain. If you pull an Apothecary, if you had Deliana at the time, Arbiter, obviously, having Elfguard be your turn meter champion and then being able to bring her into the high elf crypt to help with the bosses and stuff is actually very strong. And you might be able to push up and start getting, we were talking about this in the video on my channel we did, start getting that perception gear and even the resilience gear from the Forge earlier than you might otherwise. So I think there's definitely big arguments to look at her as a very strong contender with Armiger.
All right, so do you just want to head into the next one?
Yeah, the next one is Sister Militant.
All right, so we threw this one in the list, guys. Like, this is not an uncommon champion. This is a common champion, but we felt like it would make the list. I forgot where she's from again. She's Sacred Order as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Sister Militant.
There she is.
Oh, what a champion. She's got 1 ability, guys. Are you ready?
That's it.
Attacks all enemies.
That's all you need.
It's all you need from Sister Militant. And for a very... okay, guess the reviews on this one now, right? Guess the reviews.
I'm gonna say this is weirdly high. Let's go for 4,000.
Do you just want to say 4,000 or do you want to break a number on top of that?
Oh, that might mean I'm close. Let's go for 4,200.
You were close. 4,308 reviews.
Oh, wow.
That was a good guess, though. Of every 1,000 you could have said, you said the 4. But once again, guys, Spider's Den progression, it's not going to carry you to the end game. Of course, if you want to use a stun set or something, many champions can do this. But when you're just trying to get past those progressive periods, some of those missions, a great champion you could look towards who does all AoE abilities to pair with your starter champions, right? Just to get the job done. And Sister Militant, great for that, and also for some campaign battles if you want to pair them both for the 3 stars, right? In like a lifesteal set.
Yeah, I feel like it's mostly a meme, but like she's similar enough, all right, to like the Saurus.
Yeah,
and that sort of
nothing
stuff.
crazy going on, but it's an option, right? It's a common champion. You get so many of them.
Yeah, it's true. That bear in mind, they're gonna have so bad stats and you can't ascend them or put accessories. Like
Wait,
she's not good.
Let's. Well, I was gonna look for the passive skill. There's nothing.
Nothing. AoE attack, but legit makes you better than some epics though. That's it. All you need.
It's better. It actually is better. I'd actually rather have a Sister Militant than someone like a Vildrax or something.
Yeah,
all right. Next up, it's gonna be in the Ogren tribes. We're gonna be heading into somebody called Brute. Are you aware of this dude?
Nope.
You're not. So whenever the same way that everybody was screaming about Outlaw Monk, right? I don't know why nobody looks towards disability here, because attacks 2 times at random. So once again, if you're facing the Demon Lord clan boss, why not, right? Has a 50-50 shot at placing the big version of the poison debuff for 1 turn. So it's not a 2-turn duration if this attack is critical. So once again, you need to kind of rely on that. Here as well, attacks when an enemy has a 30% extra chance to crit. So 30% if 70% crit rate only needed for this. But I feel like for early game, if you just need poison damage, you don't even need duplicates of this dude. Like, no cooldowns needed. Just spam the A1 and pray that the poisons land, right? And this will pretty much be up most of the time, right? Like, 2 times at random, 2-time hitter at a 50% chance. I think that's too bad, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. He doesn't, like you said, he doesn't need books. He doesn't need really much of anything. You just put him in, give him crit rate, he punches. Yeah.
He's only got only 150 reviews, so it's not like the Outlaw Monk, but might not be as good as the Outlaw Monk, but it's definitely an option out there for people, right? If you don't manage to get one in the early doors, why not, right? Put a little Brute in there, he'll do something for you. Look at his eyes as well, look. He's like, look at me, YST, build me.
Forget Genshin. Oh, look, this is a Brute channel now.
He wants you. He's looking at you.
Oh, no.
He's like, all right, now, who we got next, man?
Next one is a kind of a classic one as well. It's Zephyr Sniper.
Yes, a champion I've actually never maxed, but I definitely know the value. Do you want to speak to us why she's so amazing?
Yeah, so fairly straightforward. She's got the AoE A1 once again, and she's Spirit Affinity, which is helpful for Spider 20 in particular. I think is where she shines.
Yes.
But like she's got the AoE A1. Her A2 I think gives you some healing and stuff as well. Which is okay, but it's mostly about building her in a lifesteal set. I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but there's plenty of guides out there. But you can use her as a spider tank for, I believe it is Spider 20. So basically, because of her affinity and the way the AI of the spiderlings work, they'll keep attacking her. And then whenever she does her A1, she's going to hit all these enemies and heal herself a bunch of lifesteal set so she can actually stay alive, keep going. And it just lets the rest of your team just do their thing without worrying about being overwhelmed by the spiderlings, which is what kills most people when it comes to Spider. I'm actually surprised she's got so few ratings. I thought she'd be more popular there.
I feel like when you're doing the tank strategy, I'm not sure if you need a 6-star to make it work. That's the thing.
I don't know. It might be worth it just to make it more consistent. You could put War Master on her, which is going to heal her a lot more.
Yeah.
And the stats, maybe. I don't know because I haven't done it myself. But like I said, there's tons of guides if you guys want to look into it. And if you're stuck on Spider, you just can't deal with the spiderlings. They just overwhelm you. Zephyr Sniper, she's an uncommon. She's going to be great for it.
This one I'd actually say is in the Armiger caliber. Somebody that is actually worthy of 6-star, because if you want to start farming stage 20 and you need a tank at the low cost investment of an uncommon, I don't see why not, man. Seriously, why not?
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting down to the final one, I believe, right? And then we got a little honorable mention from Nub at the end. He wants to save as a surprise for you guys. So, wait, is that the honorable mention now? Is it coming now?
No, there's. We wanted to talk about Outlander.
Oh, yes.
Is he a barbarian as well? He might be.
I was thinking, I didn't want to spoil at the same time. Okay, let's speak about him. He's the one from the classic, like, that picture, right? When he with the slap in the face.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Wait, no.
He definitely shows up in some of the packs in the shop.
With the slap in the face.
I don't remember that.
I'm going to put it on the screen, guys. There's that, there's that meme picture where they put the slap in the face. But, all right, so attacks one enemy 2 times, nothing crazy there. Talisman of Power attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance, bookable up to a 70% chance of decreasing the turn meter by 30%. On an AoE, by the way. Now, if you just want to start controlling some waves or controlling some battles in the campaign to get your 3 stars, this is a great way on a 3 turn cooldown to manipulate the turn meter in case you don't have the speed on your starter champion to get through those stages. Put him in a lifesteal set, pair him with your campaign champion, you'll be good to go, I think, with Talisman of Power, right?
Yeah. So again, it's a sort of a low, I mean, you got to feed some dupes, book him up, but low investment, and he's definitely helpful in all those areas. Works at level 50 as well, I would say.
Even once again, guys,
control.
Even that spider, manipulating the turn meter, if you don't have like another way like a cold heart, a great way to keep your champions in that rhythm of being outsped so you can get as much damage out as possible. So, yeah, man, great candidate. And I wish you remembered the picture now. Wait, who was it? Was it the... who got slapped? Will Smith. Remember the Will Smith thing?
Yeah.
They did that picture with... They copied it, the slap.
Oh, did they? Oh.
We'll find it. We'll find it, guys. I promise.
Okay,
it'll be right on top of Nub's head. So do you want to hold it up like a trophy? There we go. There it is, right there, guys. All right. Okay, Outlander, my bro. All right. Who was your special one? Because I'm so scared to hear about this one here.
Yeah, I had an honorable mention. You had an honorable mention as well, which you should definitely tell them about. My honorable mention was Commander in the Bannerlords.
Bannerlords.
Yeah.
I've actually never knew about this one, guys. This is the most OP champion you've ever seen. You've heard it from Nub first.
Oh God.
He comes 7-star, fully blessed. Like everything is there. All right. What's so good about this champion?
I think it's mostly a faction war champion. Not super OP, but the A2 is actually really strong. 3 turn cooldown, heals the allied lowest HP 40% of this champ's max HP, and her gone the wrong way. Her HP it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
And then also fully fills their turn meter if the ally's fully healed.
Yes.
Which is kind of awesome. So you can definitely do some. I've heard of people doing some like cheesy things basically in Bannerlord faction wars, where you can use her to basically be turn meter boosting somebody. It's actually not a terrible amount of healing.
It reminds me of like a reverse Cornelia in a sense.
Yeah.
Because it's
there you go.
Like Cornelia is the way where you have to be woken up and then you heal back up, and then with her you kind of like force the 10 meter field straight away. It's really interesting. Maybe we do some solo commander bumble stuff.
Nice.
The thing is, this champion's 10 meter cannot be filled by this skill, so you can't place it on commander, but you can place it on your allies. So,
but I've heard of people running her in like reflex sets so that she gets back to it quicker, stuff like that too.
No, it's definitely interesting because being able to take more turns, you can actually abuse this in many ways. Let me see how the player base thinks about it. Campaign locations and faction wars. So basically, what you said, right?
Yeah.
What was my honorable mention? Can you remind me? Because I can't remember.
Oh, it's Fireblade, dude.
Oh, wait, Rihanna. There we go. Guys, Rihanna has come to Raid Shadow Legends. Why is no one speaking about this? Umbrella, hey. There you go. So basically, she doesn't do anything. She just got the Rihanna looks, okay?
Yeah.
Wait, what did she do, though?
60.
Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a chance of placing a poison. Let's go, Rihanna. A small version decrease attack. All right, Raid. If you're going to put Rihanna with a collab in the game, you gotta be giving her some sort of abilities that's gonna make her sing or something, because this is just singing straight into the trash right now. But
yeah, they need a skin for Fireblade which replaces the spear with an umbrella, and that's good enough for me.
It's so scary how much she looks like Rihanna, man. My gosh. All right, now I think that was all of them. I'm just gonna put Death Knight on the screen before he feels left out. Sorry, bro. Where is it? Let's put Death Knight there. How's it going, buddy? You're right. It's been a long time, man. We need to catch up soon. You can go to the pub with Nub in Ireland or something. Nub, that was all for the video. Anything here you want to say before we wrap things up and all of that good stuff?
No, I don't think so.
No, don't say that. What you got going on your channel? Every single time, guys, when we have him on the channel, he's like, oh, no, thanks for having me on YST. No. We want to hear what's going on. Explain to the viewers what's going on the channel, what you got plans. I'm looking forward to it as well.
I don't actually have anything planned yet for this year. I'm going to stream tomorrow, but it might be too late. Yeah, I have been thinking about a couple of different Hydra vids to do, but I'm going to have some fun. Actually, Little Miss Annie is one I want to maybe give a go. I've got a bunch of legendary books saved up, so making the decision tomorrow, I think today as of when this goes live, during CVC when I stream that, going to be thinking about who to book. And then maybe doing some fun builds for different champs like that. So yeah. Maybe some Little Miss Annie Hydra action. I think that could be quite fun. Yeah.
And what time do you stream your CVCs, UTC wise? Do you know? Like average?
Usually around like 10.
10 o'clock. So guys, 10 a.m. UTC. Obviously, this video might be out a bit later. Make sure you check out the VOD for that stream because it will become available. And we're also going to do a collaboration on Nub's channel straight after this. It'll be in the description below. Drop him a subscribe, get him to 10 billion subscribers like Mr. Beast, and it'll be fun. That'll be a good time. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in a video soon. Peace.